Well, hello, I'm back. I'm back again. The second stream of the day. Wow. So productive. So basically, my property flooded, and it was pouring rain, and it was thundering, and it was like, fuck. It was pretty scary. The cats were terrified, as they does do. But it's all over now, and we can do some more dev until the next storm hits, whenever that is. I don't know. I don't know, man. Let me just focus this camera a bit more. That's microphone. And a tiny bit. There we go. TV Shorted, hello. How's it going? How is it going? Sorry, it's so humid. I hate Australian summers. It's never like nice hot. That's the thing about Australia. It's just never, the weather's never nice. It's either freezing cold and raining, or boiling hot and raining. It's shit. It's never just like, you know, just the right amount of sun on like a 20-degree day with a slight breeze. It's always just fucking extremes. And then when it is nice weather, there's like a bushfire somewhere and it smells like smoke, you know? So it just ruins it. Just ruins it. It's just... Anyway, I barely go outside anyway, so I don't know why I'm complaining. Alright. Timmy, what do you use to make most of your animations? Cascadeur, yes. I'm a Cascadurian. I find it really easy to animate with in Cascadeur. This. I feel like I'm not very centered. That's better. Yeah, Cascadeur, I highly recommend Cascadeur. It's very... I'm trying to think of how to put it. The thing that's good, or the best thing about it, is that it's a dedicated character animation program, you know? It's not like Maya or Blender, where, like, character animation is kind of, like, tacked on to this other big 3D modeling software. It's like, it's just for animating characters. And specifically for animating character actions, you know? Like, here's an attack animation or a running animation. It's not like, you know, let's do like a 50-minute animation of a character doing this and doing that and doing that. It's very good for, like, game development in particular. Good answer to you. Look very energetic. I'm always energetic, you know. It's good to be back on the game dev grind. I was gonna start on the 1st, but then one of my cat's eyes, well, not my cat, but a cat that I know, a cat that I feed. It's a wild cat, but not like wild cat, one word, but wild space cat. Anyway, its eye ruptured. Its eye popped. So I was looking after him for a couple of days. He's fine now. I mean, he's blind in one eye, but, you know, he's not dead, so good on him. Hello, big fat girl. Oh, aren't you good? You're good, you're good. You gonna chill with me? Hey, can I have a big kiss? What's that there? You got grass seed in you. That's Lady Cat. I think girl cat's somewhere and boy cat's inside, but Mr. Cat is the wild one with the exploded eye. But he's doing fine. Like, I'm very surprised that he's like running around. Like, it's like, I don't know, that's the thing with wild cats. They get injured and they just don't give a fuck. Like, they just push all the pain out of their head and just go about their business, you know, pissing everywhere and doing animal things. All right, jump in. So we had our 2024 plans TXT document that we were doodling with in the last stream. There was something else I wanted to add that was important, and I've forgotten it. It was like a system of some sort. But I've forgotten what kind of system it was. Like, I was thinking just after I finished the stream, I was like, I need to add that to the to-do list. It was something to do with the game. Like, the game specifically. Oh, and obviously video. Videos. Such YouTube stuff. Number 1 on the to-do list is do more videos than last year. Because you really fell off, bro. There we go. Just getting real. A few years ago, I had a cats up for adoption and love cats. Oh, like you had, you found or had like kittens or something. We've had a few litters born out here. They get pretty out of control, I'll tell you that. What? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it wasn't you. You've never had... Actually, you might have had kittens. I don't know. I don't know if you were a stray or... I don't know. I got her from a shelter, but I don't know if she'd had kittens before that. She was only like 1 year old. I mean, she could have. Alright, let's turn this music down. It's so fucking loud. Jesus. 8%. Actually, what's my... Oh, that's why. That should be at 69. Then I could put this up and have more control. I was ringing a cast. Ah, gotcha. Yep. Yeah, I've thought about fostering, but I live with family, so it's like it's not really, you know, it's not really my place to have 20 fucking cats. But I'm thinking of moving further into the bush. Like, I already live in the bush on the farm. But I'm thinking of, like, going even further in and just living by myself with a bunch of cats. You know, paying, like, $50 rent per week. Or just buying, like, a, you know, $50,000 house in the middle of nowhere. Wouldn't that be good, Big Fatty? Wouldn't that be good? Hey, can I have your big fat tummy? Fat tummy, big tum tum. You big tummy girl. You got the biggest, fattest tummy, you big fat fuck. Oh my god, you're so fat. Hmm? So fat. Look at this. Woo. Yeah. Oh, don't fall. Shit. Fell off the edge. Hmm? Hmm? You good? Why do you hate me? Why do you hate me? That speech would be great out of context. You big fat fuck. She loves it. Don't ya? Big bickus. Big fat girl. You want to sit on me now? That's fine, that's fine. As long as you're consistent with what you call your cats, then they'll respond to it. So if she, you know, if she responds to, you know, big fat bitch or something, that's what she gets. You good? Alright. See you, cat. Alright, let's get back to work. I've just typed in a bunch of random numbers. I think that was the cat did that. Right, so videos, blah, 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 blah. I can't remember what I wanted to do. There was something else. Also, I don't know if this is a... different system there, but anyway. Let's just get prototyping this movement system. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Git add dash a. Git commit dash m. Starting. What did I call it? PISS? Prismatica Inertial Spacial Shifter. I'm just going to call it custom movement component. There we go. All right. We are committed. We're committing to this thing. Kitty, best content. I agree. I agree. I think you are correct there. And one dog. Now, I have that dog and it's really crazy. It's thinking like a cat. Yeah. Yeah, usually when you have lots of different species of animals that are like, you know, constantly in proximity with one another, they all just start acting the same. Like, I've seen, like, lambs that think that they're dogs and goats that think that they're sheep, even though they're basically the same thing. When are you going to make kitty devlog? It's a good question. It's a good question. Now, do I want to... Trying to think if I want to design this movement system as a plugin. Ooh, another fucking another plugin rabbit hole. I mean, I may as well, because it technically won't have any dependencies. It'll be totally injected. Everything will get injected into it. So I think I will. I think that is what I will do. So let's do edit. What am I gonna call it though? I don't want to call it piss. I think it's like it doesn't fit well enough, you know? Prismatica inertial spatial shifter. It's like very forced. It's very forced PISS. I think I will do the Prismatica inertial movement system. PIMS. PIMS. Or just Prismatica movement system. PMS. I don't know. I need to decide. I think PIMS. We can just call it PIMS. Oh, hey, are you using PIMS? Oh, yeah, did you get the new PIMS update? It's kind of funky. Anyway, plugin add. Create a minimal amount of code. Choose the one to set everything up from scratch. I'm making a non-visual plugin. Plugin created. This template will appear in editors. Plugin list will not register any buttons or menu entries. I'm pretty sure. What is blank? What we? I'm pretty sure blank is what we went with the other time. We make it multiplayer replication. What's the name gonna be? Well, it will be replicated. I don't know. I have to put another R in there. Call it Prims. The Prismatica replicated inertial movement system. Like primordial boots in RuneScape. Prims. What does it mean, create a blank plugin that can only contain content? What does that mean? I think blank is what I want. Author, Prismatica dev, description, physics. No, not phys. It's not physics based. It's a realistic. Realistic actor movement component. Advanced, don't care. Show content directory, shows content directory after creation. Cool. Plugin name, Prism. Inertial movement system. I think PIMS is good. Inertial movement system. Create plugin. Yo, we creating plugin. How long's it bloody gonna take? Are you good? Hello? Have we hung? Let's give it a moment. Let's give it a moment. More plugins, yeah. Yeah. Is my CPU doing work? It shouldn't take this long, should it? We're at 11%, 30% use. Oh, no, oh, yeah, no, it worked, never mind. Some long names in there, it's going crazy. True blue. Alright, well, now I will... blah, blah, blah. We go into here. And this is the... that's Prismatica. I don't care about you. Blah, 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 blah. Where is the Prismatica Inertial Movement System? Yes, it is. It does exist. There's the U plugin file. Type, runtime, loading phase, default, name, Prismatica Inertial Movement System. Description, realistic, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Let me just do a build fuck off, VS. Why are you so shit? Something failed. Something failed. Oh my fucking god. What are you? Log trace information. Da 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 da. That's fine. That is not even in my shit. Okay, let's just build Prismatica, please. Just build you. Yeah, why is there 49... yeah, fuck off. 49 projects. Here we go. Just build you. There we go. 1 succeeded, 0 failed, 10 up to date, 0 skipped. Fantastic. Let's just see if it fucking worked. Who knows? Unreal Engine C++ compile time actually makes me wonder if my SSD defunct or not. True. True. Yeah, Unreal do be like that sometimes. For this, you're plugging for your armor system and damage system that will sell like hotcakes, nothing like that on the market. Yeah, I could pluginize it. I mean, I don't know if you were here in the last stream, but my plan for this year is to just, it's called Open Prismatica, OP for short. So basically just make the project open source so people can just, you know, try and tear out the armor system and whatnot. I do want to sort of pluginize some stuff so that it can just be, you know, torn out and put in someone's project. So there's no, like, dependencies and whatnot. Yeah, like the armor system could be... the armor system's very sort of coupled with the damage system and coupled with the character hit section system. I'm trying to think of a way that it could be decoupled, but it kind of relies on the character section data. I mean, that kind of is the system, you know, that it has hit locations on a character that are predefined, and then armor covers or is assigned to multiple zones that it protects. Anyway, let's do the Prismatica Inertial Movement System. I should have done underscores. Nah, it's fine. Fuck it. They should be together as a system, not a bunch. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's start this off. So, first thing is a blueprint. It is a actor component, and it's called Pris. It's called PIMS. Movement component. Movement component. I don't know. Fuck it. That's it. That's it. Go team. All right, and then let's actually just make a test level. Level. PIMS. Test level. When will Open Prismatica open up and how we get access to it? It will be whenever I manage to get around to it. Probably after the next, like, big refactor. Or it might even be, like, later in the year, honestly. Like, I kind of want there to be, like, a playable state of the game that, you know, people could actually, like, look at how things work together and stuff, and then be able to dig through the files and, you know, so they can look at the systems in context. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of stuff that needs to happen before that. Sounds exciting and dangerous at the same time. Yeah, it does kind of feel like that. It's like, I don't mind people using my assets, like if I do models and stuff. You know, like I give away my animations for free all the time, and, you know, to people that want them. But, like, yeah, a lot of my, like, all of my 3D models are set up in an extremely niche way that's, like, specific to this project, you know? So, like, someone wouldn't really be able to get much use out of my, you know, character meshes and clothing and armor and all that kind of stuff. Unless they were doing my exact style. You know, visual style, I mean. Whoa, what the oh, right. And in terms of code and stuff, like, yeah, again, it's like, I mean, there will be some stuff that's in the closed source section. Like, any marketplace assets I use will be closed off. If anyone wanted to, like, donate some of their code or assets, but only to the closed section, then, like, you know, let's say someone's like, hey, I really like Prismatica. Here's, like, a bunch of, you know, combat animations that I made in one of my other projects. You know, feel free to use them, but I don't want you to redistribute them. So then that would go in the closed bin, and only I'd be able to access them for the final game. That'd be the same with, like, the, you know, the map, like the level and stuff, would all be closed off. I guess there'd be, like, kind of tiers of access, you know, there's, like, and all access would require permission. Like, you'd have to request access and sign, you know, something that says, you know, if you lift, you know, code or assets from the thing, it doesn't mean that you own the intellectual property to the game. Or if you contribute something, you know, to the project, you still don't own the intellectual property. And, you know, once you submit something, you can't withdraw it, you know. Or once you submit something, then it's up to me whether, you know, I decide to withdraw it or not, if you want it removed and blah, 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 blah. You know, nothing that can, like, disrupt the project, basically. So there'd be like, I'd need to go over some contracty stuff. Or not necessarily, I mean, technically is a contract, but yeah. Could use the open source version as a base to do some fan art. I mean, yeah. I mean, the open source would have all of the character related stuff. It wouldn't have a lot of scenery assets because I source all of my like visual assets from the marketplace. Although like I do heavily edit them to the point where they're kind of not really recognizable anymore, but I think it would still breach the, you know, marketplace contract and whatnot. Even if it is like free stuff, like they're free asset packs, you still can't redistribute them not through the marketplace. I mean, you could argue that like, okay, anyone that has downloaded the project has also downloaded those free asset packs. And so they technically now have permission to use the assets that I've basically distributed to them, but they have a license for because they've downloaded the free asset packs that they're based on. Do you know what I mean? Like I would be giving you a version of assets that you already have permission to use, if that makes sense. Like all of the foliage is from the what's it called? Project Nature foliage assets, and I've just like, you know, retextured them and trimmed them down and whatnot. Right, time manager. Oh my god, that's bright. Post process. Let's go content Prismatica post process. The editor post process, that's right. All right, here is our land. You are going to be large. That's the wrong direction. Sweet. We have 1,000 doodads to play with. Let's give you a material. Fuck it, we'll just do the Prismatica sand thing. Prismatica floor? No, that, why is it all wet? No, that's a sand. There we go. Okay, what is there? Oh, that's the blank render target at World Origin. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's move it off to here, I think. Just chill out over here. There we go. Nice. This is a really big test island, but YOLO. Okay, so first things first, we need a character that doesn't have a movement component, which means it... No, I can do this, Let's go... Plugins. Pims. Actor. Test. Wait, no. Is it a pawn that has to be... Pawn is an actor that can be possessed and receive input from a controller. Right. Yeah, we'll call this Pim's example character. Because I could make it as a character, but a character already has a dependent Well, everything. It's got its own movement capsule, which I can't delete because it's in the C++ class. Same with the character movement component. I mean, I could, like, disable them on begin play, but there's no point. So, yeah. Yep. Egahan. Yilmaz. What a sick last name. I love you, bro. As a bro and a teacher. Thank you. I love you too. Never forget. Also, Jack, how's it going? We paid to dive into how you set up the character textures if you release that as a plugin. As I watch your reducing draw call videos a dozen times by now, attempting to figure it out. Yeah, it's a bit of a doozy, isn't it? I mean, yeah, once I open up the project, you will be able to just look through and, you know, and just do it. Just do it. Trying with those render targets. I'll try to bring you some good news when I have something good. Hell yeah. Okay, so this is our example character. They have literally nothing on them. So I don't know how I want to deal with, like, setting up. Fuck, that's tough. I could just make the mesh the parent. Wait, is that the normal size? Or is he big? Is that... No, that's 1 meter, isn't it? Yeah, okay, no, that is normal size. I was just zoomed in. Yeah, I'm trying to think how I can do... Because, a component can't have a constructor in Blueprint. Can it... Hold on. Can it call... It can call in editor. But is that like... Can I call that in here? So if I said, hey, let's add a... Nope, let's add... Pims. Can it, in its defaults... No. Can't call that. Okay, well, I think we'll just do capsules by tag. So we'll just have to have a character, and you just have to put a capsule collider on them. Can you, like, fucking do your thing? And then we tag them with, just tag. This is our hard collider. Oh, do we even need a collider? Yeah, I guess we do. Yeah, and so then it's already predetermined and blah, 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 blah. So I'd probably want to root... So the capsule is now the root. Character is the... Well, is just chilling. Bing chilling. And then this has a, yeah, half height. 172 divided by 2, 86. Oh, can I? Oh, no, yeah, right. I can't scale it. I have to put the character at... Wait, why is the character... What the fuck? No, okay. That was weird. Oh, because I tried scaling it, because I'm dumb as fuck. Makes sense. Tyrex, hello, hello. How's it going? Yeah, so if we say your hard is 12. I don't know. I don't feel like... Well, yeah, because we don't want things to have to collide against the character mesh, because we might have a character mesh collision disabled for optimization. So yeah, we do need a solid body representing the character. Which is basically, it's going to scale based on the... Like, from the feet to the head. And probably rotate that way as well. Although its root is in the center of the capsule, which is really annoying. I wish you could root it at the feet, you know? That would be really easy. I mean, it's pretty simple. I just have to get the fulcrum position of the character. Get the head position. Get the midpoint of that. That is the thing. Figure out the rotation from feet to head and blah, blah, blah. So that's actually not too bad. Although I don't like it. I don't like it. But it'll have to do. Yeah. Alright, new capsule. You're gonna go here. You are the soft cap. Your tag is soft. And you are big. You are thicker. This is like the character's presence, you know? Okay, that's probably too... It should be like to their shoulders. Go like 24. Yeah, so this is like kind of your standard capsule bullshit. Yeah, so that's just how they have to be set up, and then here's that. So we put them in the world, we yeet them down, focus on them. Hello. Let's also give him a spring arm. Spring. No, add spring. And you are going to route to that capsule, but... No. You're going to route to the capsule. No, under the capsule, you piece of garbage. Drop here to attach spring arm. No, I want to attach it to the capsule. No, I want you to be... Okay, now it is sibling to that. Okay, good. Here's another weird thing. Why does... Is a character usually... X forward? Is that a thing? Fuck, I can't remember. Also, why does it look like he is not in the middle? Because he ain't. Is that just me being shit at... Wait, what the fuck? What are you doing? Why are you off-center? Oh, because you're attached to the scaly mesh, you garbage. There we go. Okay. Scaly mesh. Like that. That still doesn't look right. Yeah, true. Check top perspective. That's true. I mean, yeah, kind of. He's just got funny posture. I guess. I mean, yeah, his feet are in the center. Like the center of his feet. I don't know. I feel like they usually... You know, I'll just chuck him forward a tiny bit. It doesn't actually matter. Because he'll be rotating around that point. Yeah. So then spring arm, blah, 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 blah. You are in location, parent, rotation, world. And then we're going to chuck you up at a negative 45 degree. Or I think I go 55 in Prismatica. Can't remember. We'll just do 45 so we can see it proper. And then we're going to chuck a camera on you. Sweet. Why are you not... Are you... No, attached to the fucking spring arm, you dumb dog. Oh, now what are you doing? Right. Rotation. Ah, there we go. Okay, figured it out. And then we can just chuck a prismatic or Pris camera, player camera component. There we go. Wait, does that have dependencies? Maybe. Okay, well, you're obviously not getting possessed. Possess player 0. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, cool. That is something. We're getting a bunch of errors. Player camera component. What are you trying to get? Set spring up. Oh, it's trying to get living being. Oh my god. Okay, let's just get the Prismatascape version of it. Camera manager. I'm pretty sure it gets... What is it looking for? Is it trying to get fucking character? And this isn't a character? Trying to read property, blah blah. Play a character. That's so funny. Fuck. Oh, because it gets... You know what? Who needs a fucking camera manager? Let's just... just yeet it. And use the inbuilt lag. Enable camera lag. Lag speed, whatever. That's fine. And then we'll just go to camera and we will say... Field of view, small, like 60 degrees maybe, but then spring arm length, I don't know, fucking 600, maybe. Right, that looks okay. Sweet. All right. So movement component. How the fuck are we doing this? This is all going to run on tick. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, you shouldn't use tick. Oh, tick bad. Shut the fuck up. It's a movement component. Okay, so this is... What's our order of things? So the gist of it is we have our 3 Mass points? Balance points? I don't fucking know. Let's get paint going. Use begin play. Use a looping timer set to 0 seconds. All right, character. We have the fulcrum point. I'm always just gonna call it the fulcrum. Then we have the cog, the center of gravity. And then we have whatever the head is called. There we go. That's our things. A square, a circle, and a tringle. So the way that we're going to actually be moving a character, this might sound counterintuitive, but we're not actually going to move the character when we move the character. We're going to be shifting the balance of the character in the desired direction, and then the feet are going to catch up to that. So this will move, well, this will move forward, which will then put this forward, and then this will try and balance that out by moving forward, right? So essentially, if we, let's say we rooted our feet in place and we tried to run in that direction, then this would keep going that way and it would pass our balance zone and we would eat shit on the ground while our feet are just rooted in place. So if we like threw a lasso around someone's feet, then we could just say restrict foot movement and they eat shit. Or if you stepped in quicksand while you were sprinting, then your feet would slow down significantly and this would continue on because it's all acceleration based and you would eat shit, right? Or if you were sprinting this way and someone threw a rock in the back of your head, then you would eat shit. So it's basically like a way to figure out, does the character eat shit or do they keep moving? But I'm just trying to think, do we do it? Is this the thing that, like, what leads when you lean? Well, I guess, yeah, you do lean your chest forward. I wouldn't do it at the head, actually. I'd probably do it at the chest. So we got chest or neck. Neck, pelvis, feet. Yeah. So yeah, in order for a person to move forward, you move your chest forward. And so that shifts your center of gravity, which is in, you know, around your pelvis or in front of your pelvis at that point. And then you, because like walking is just you perpetually falling down or falling over, but then catching up with your feet. And that's literally what, you know, moving is. So I think we use our top as our thinger. And then the center of balance is just a product of, you know, here to there kind of thing. Although I guess we should probably, do we have to, because we don't want it to be based on the animations. Because like you can, let's say you were like running and then you got to a cliff, right? And you had to stop really suddenly. You would, here's your feet. You would stick your pelvis out backwards. That's a really short thigh. You'd stick your pelvis out backwards and, you know, you'd be like, oh shit. There's is another leg. You know? Because you want to shift your center of gravity, you know, to here. But yeah, again, we want the code to drive the animations, not the animations to drive the code. Like, this should all exist without the without a character mesh, right? We should be able to just see what's going on with 3D or 4 debug shapes. And some capsules. Search unclear character ragdoll to moon. Yeah. It do be like that. We could start with 2 bodies. Because, like, essentially, yeah, if we wanted to slow down really quickly, we would change, you know, our top balance to go this way. So then we would slow down. That's the other thing, is that, like, let's say this is our cone of, like, stability. The cone of stability. And this is a character. And this is their center of mass. This is like if you're in one place and your center of mass falls outside of this, then you lose balance. Like, then you're guaranteed to fall over. But when you're, like, slowing down, it kind of looks more like this, right? Because you take into account the inertia. It's like a baseball slide, you know? I mean, that's probably a bad example, but, like, if you're running really fast and you want to slow down quickly, then you can go, like, outside of that balance cone in that direction. Do you know what I mean? Funny running simulator game, if you run too fast, when you stop, you ragdoll to death. I mean, that's literally what it'll be in Prismatica. Like, if you're sprinting and you run into a fence, then you'll flip over the fence, you know? So you gotta either jump over the fence or just slow down before you get to the fence. Or you could literally just trip on a rock because it was a big rock and you were going too fast. Alright, we need to... How do I do input? Can I just get... I don't want to give this a fucking controller. Because that's character movement, isn't it? This is custom movement. Alright, let's just do custom event. I might even just do, like, just dodgy movement for the time being. Or, sorry, dodgy input. So, like, the example character, this one, and we just do this. No judgment, no judgment. And then this is our own thinger. So we just need a add input vector. So back here, movement component. We need a add input vector. And this is literally just a doodad. Is it gonna accumulate, or... I guess it's really set input vector. Yeah. Does it need to be 3D? Probably, I don't know. I don't know. This will be that. We then need to... Actually, let's just go to this fella. And just do this, and we just make variable. And that's all actually fine. Cool. That can... frick off? Yeah. Let's just get the movement. We'll just hard code it in. And then add input vector. Bam, bam. So that's the character's input. That goes into there. Da-da-da-da-da. Input vector normalized. With the tolerance. That is going to be our... input vector. Oh, do I want to normalize it, or do I want to limit... I think I want to... Fuck. How do I scale by length? Like, I want to scale... Like, we know that the maximum from the input vector is 1. So it's 1 up and 1 to the side, or -1, -1, or a combination. But then, yeah, we want the diagonal to be 0.77? Like, fuck, I'm trying to use brain. I'm just trying to think for, like, controllers. They have, like, a... You know, a strength. They have a direction and a strength. Now I realize why behind the blueprint there is a grid plate and why it's grid. What do you mean? Because it makes things look good? Because you can make things not look like trash. Anyway, let's just normalize for now. It doesn't matter too much. So what we want is a function called does it even need to be a function? We could just be like, get the input vector. When does that get called? Can I choose what? Surely inputs get called at the start of the frame. No, but we can't. Oh my god, I want to fucking die. What if we just do all this inside the movement component? Rather than funneling it through the character? Because I can literally just do... enable input. Nope. Input. Set. Get... What the fuck is the... What's the thing called? Allow input? Comes from controller class. Gotcha. Oh, no. If a character has input enabled, then the components receive the stuff, don't they? Right? I mean, that still doesn't matter because... anyway, it'll be like 1 frame behind worst case scenario, so who fucking cares? Alright, variable. Current acceleration. Bam. Then we have our current velocity. Oh. We have our... Shit. Get play trigger, enable input. Oh, yeah, no, I remember now. Yeah. So I'd have to go just get controller 0. Enable input in this component. Oh, no, that's an actor object reference. Is there a... Well, yeah, no, yeah, because the, yeah, the actor passes it to the components if the actor doesn't absorb it first. Or maybe it does it in both. I can't remember. Yeah, get own up. Yep. Which doesn't matter because I've already possessed this character, the test character, so it should be fine. Ugh. Okay, so let's just go over the basics of character movement, right? So it's essentially acceleration. Acceleration, well, velocity. Well, we've got previous position. Velocity, acceleration. Now we're doing... Well, I guess that's how it is in the other character movement component. It just doesn't give you the real thing. What does this component do overall? Came a few minutes ago. So it's essentially like a more realistic character movement component specifically for this game. So it'll handle things like, let's say there's like a moving platform and your character is standing on top of it and the platform starts moving this way suddenly, then your character will, like their feet will, depending on the friction, it'll basically drag the feet this way while the other mass points of the character lag behind. And then your feet will try and balance like that. So you would end up moving backwards slightly on the platform. Like your character would take steps backwards. Like when you're on a bus and the bus starts moving and you're not holding on to anything and whatnot. And then it would also do the same thing up and down. So if the platform went up, then your feet would immediately move up, but the pelvis and the head would lag behind. And then spring back up, afterwards. And that could be reflected in the animation. But it's fully kinematic. So the animation and the mesh aren't actually doing anything to affect it at all. Like, you can even disable the character's collision if you wanted. But then you can use the squish amount from, feet to head to apply an additive pose to squish the character down. Or you can do the, you know, the leaning angle from, like, you know, when the feet get dragged this way, and now your character's at this angle, you could apply a leaning animation that, you know, the character has, like, leans backwards. Same with, like, when you... So the way that movement is going to work, this kind of sounds unorthodox, but rather than just moving the entire character as, you know, one unit, as one body, like any other, you know, character movement component would do, we instead shift the balance of the character forward, like this, and then the feet catch up to that. Does that make sense? So that the feet try and compensate and catch up, and that's, you know, that's how walking works in real life. And so that can have a lot of extra consequences, like, you know, if your character's drunk and you're, like, leaning forwards, like, right towards your cone of balance, and we add, like, a random noise to the center of balance when your character's drunk, then there's a chance that it will exceed the, you know, the balance threshold, and you'll just eat shit. Or you run into a fence, and we say, oh yeah, that hit this part of the capsule. We can then calculate what the torque is from that. So, you know, the legs stop, but the pelvis and the head continue forward, and now you've lost balance, and now you ragdoll and eat shit. Or alternatively, if you were running forward and you know, you didn't duck under a signpost, then your head would stop, or the you know, the top body would stop, but the rest would continue forward, and you would fall over and eat shit. So there's a lot of, like, eating shit related to it. Yeah. What if body montages applied with that? Well, the animation isn't relevant to the system. So, like, yeah, you can do anything you want with the animation. But yeah, like the leaning animations will be full body, but you could just do it with the upper body if you wanted. But yeah, it's supposed to be code first, animation second. Like some of the code will make it easier to have convincing looking animation, but you don't need a mesh. Like, you know, your game could just be capsules and this movement component would still work. So that's kind of the gist of it. We tried to do character physics in UE5. Yeah, the physics control component. I have used that a bit, although that was when it was in its early stages. But it seems a lot easier than the old system. Could you use this to move the simulated bodies? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could apply physical animation on top of that. Yeah, actually, yeah, you could even... That's a good point. You could even, like, you know, anchor the feet to the thingo, but then actually put the pelvis... So, like, if the character was, like, you know, leaning forward, but their pelvis was back here, like they're trying to balance or whatever, you could actually get the pelvis of the character and apply force, or, like, you know, make it try and match this location, and then the head or the neck to this location. So you could actually do it physically rather than using additives. Which would, yeah, be more accurate if, like, the physical representation and whatnot. I mean, yeah, that's a good point. I might doodle with that at some point. The thing is that I don't want to I don't want to use physical animation on characters when they don't have to have it. I only want to use it when they're either doing a hit reaction or one of their limbs is broken or they're really tired or something. Death Stranding uses animation to create the effect of physics. They use a concept of an inverted pendulum. They simply have a point in the opposite direction. This results in when you exceed a limit, the character looks as if they're compensating for that balance with their pelvis. Maybe it's... Yeah, actually, do you have a... Is there a video about that? Because that sounds very much like what I'm... what I'm going for. In terms of, like, balancing and how the character actually generates momentum. I still need to play that. I've got it. I've downloaded it, and I've installed it. I just haven't started playing it yet. But I think I'll get started on this, and then I'll play it and use it as a starting point, you know? Can I just get component by tag? No. Can I get component by class with tag? The component tag contains... I mean, they're going to be the only things that have the tag hard and soft, I think. So I could just get... Oh, no, but then I'll have to cast to the component to make sure... Yeah, I could just get 0. And then just cast to capsule component like that. Pretty easy. Is on YouTube, get a closer idea and send you the link another time. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I just wonder if there's any talks, like if they have any GDC talks about the locomotion itself. Death Stranding movement. GDC? Oh, here's someone's done some traversal examples. Does it use root motion, though? Because that's the thing that I'm avoiding. No, it looks pretty snap... I mean, their turnarounds are probably root motion. Valid index first. Well, I probably want it to throw an error. If they haven't put their thingamajigs on it. Isn't that locomotion? Well, there's two types of locomotion. There's like kinematic locomotion, and then there's like root motion. Let's just go set dependencies, or get set dependencies, yeah. Do you prefer root motion? No, I hate root motion. I think it's very sluggish most of the time. I very much prefer, like, capsule-based motion. And then just designing animations that are, like, you know, that match it well. Like, as an example. Not that, like, you know, I'm a fucking animation god or anything. Does this have a character? Oh, God. give me a character. Breath of Wild's root motion? I don't know about that. Yeah, it could be. No, I don't know. I feel like it's kinematic. It's too snappy to be... I mean, their turnaround animations are probably root motion. You can do like a blend of capsule and root motion. Like all of my like attack and action animations are root motion, but everything else is thinger. Where is player character? Are you gonna actually like... Something really bad happened. Yeah, thanks. Trying to read property, rep new actor, Pris replicated object, Prismatica manager. Da-da-da-da-da, that's fine. Set mass override in kilograms. Property updated. Where the fuck are you? Character weight. What are you trying to get? Living being, character movement. Okay, why are you not? Oh, am I not possessing? You know what? I'll just put in a fucking player start. That always works, innit? Where? Oh. Well, thanks. Oh, because my defaults, because the thing with the stuff. Jesus. Alright, I should be able to just possess you. Let me possess. Hey, there we go. Alright, so we have a character. And if we go show collision, then you can see that this is all capsular. Why can I not move? What the fuck? Oh, because the default character control. Alright, how do I, how do I set my defaults in this level? Here we go. Game mode is world override. No, project settings. Yeah, not overridden. Right. Game mode is pawn, default pawn, hard, play controller. What the fuck are you? Pris default game mode. There we go. Are you gonna... Yes, okay, we're alive. So this movement here is all capsule based, right? It's not like root motion. It's all just it's just the capsule moving. So we can just delete the mesh and this character movement still works fine. It's just that, you know, it has like acceleration and it has deceleration and the jump has a delay and there's like additive animations and stuff. But there's still like some, you know, it's still super rigid. So like if I run into this, it's like, oh, yep, we just stopped. You know, it doesn't feel like we're actually in the world. Also, the physics interaction is really sketch with it. And it also doesn't have soft boundaries on the movement capsule, which is something that I'm always wanting to do. Like, so we should have a capsule that takes up like just the torso radius, and then, you know, we should have a little bit of kind of leeway so that we can like push right up against something, but it'll kind of squish us back out. And that will work with other characters as well. And, you know, physics objects and that kind of shit. So we'll have a little bit of squishiness to us. Like, there's nothing wrong with the character movement, but it gets harder and harder to just keep adding things on top of it. Because it's, you know, it's designed to do its own thing. But then, you know, even something as simple as making the character move slower when they go up a slope. Like, that takes a lot of bullshit to kind of integrate with the Unreal movement stuff. Like, you have to do a bunch of extra traces, and you have to get, like, you know, the angle relative to the forward vector, and then you have to manually set the maximum movement speed. So I don't know, it's just a bit of a nightmare. So yeah. And like, I also want the capsule to be able to scale its height to where the character's head is. So then if you like go, let's say you go prone or something, it will... It should always basically be going from the fulcrum point to the head. So if we duck down, then the collision capsule should adjust to where our head is. Or if we, you know, let's say we're like walking and there's like a ledge that we're going to hit our head on, we can do a look ahead and then, you know, duck the character down and duck the collision along with the character. That kind of stuff. Or like, you know, when we're swimming, we'd want the collision to be going from foot to head, like on its side. Because again, we don't want to be using the character's collision whenever possible. Because like, that's like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So we have 23, 24 capsules per character when we can just have 2 and do all of our basic collision that way. So like, when we, let's say a physics object hits our character, we can just have it collide against the capsule and then get the closest bone and then deal damage that way, rather than actually colliding against character collision. Because when we start doing stuff like, you know, we've got 100 characters on screen, that's when it starts to get real fucky. And you'll see, like, if you go stat CPU, what is it? Stat game? There's a collision update. Perform overlap query. There's something that really eats performance. Like, I've done tests with 100 characters with mesh collision disabled versus enabled, and it's like 100% worse when they're all enabled. So yeah, that's my thing. That's my reason. All right, let's go back to our thing. Here we go. Test level. This one. All right, so let's just get our things. This is the hard collider. Or just the character capsule. Character hard capsule. I mean, the soft capsules kind of just... I mean, we could do it so that there's just one capsule, but you give it a hard... like a hard limit. That could work. So proper locomotion is quite hard, especially if you want a modular system where you can build a lot of stuff independently. Well, let's see, series about it. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be something, that's for sure. This will probably take like a month in total. I mean, like, I'm gonna just keep the old movement system on the character for the time being, and this is just something that I'll work on alongside other things. Yeah, let's just call it character capsule. So I'm trying to think of the order that we do things. Also, there's our dependencies and stuff here. So just break it into functions. Let's apply acceleration, which is just going to get our... Also, that's the thing, is that we have our 3 bodies. Trying to think, I need to like get up and like walk around and see how people move. Sounds dumb, but because I guess you only ever use your pelvis to keep balance. But when we're moving, we intentionally don't keep balance with our pelvis so that we can move, so that we can fall over perpetually and catch up with our feet. But if we wanted to stop suddenly, we'd move our pelvis back so that we'd shift our center of gravity back so that we can slow down. Well, no, we'd arch our chest backwards to then slow down. Fuck, this is tough. This is tough. Because we need to differentiate between intended acceleration and resultant acceleration. Because if something is moving us, like a platform, then it's not... Yeah, because we'd technically be accelerating this way. But like we're not applying acceleration, right? In the traditional sense, we're shifting our center of balance and then our feet are catching up to that to counteract it. Do you know what I mean? So we don't actually apply acceleration. No, this is important if you want something crazy, but you know Epic's planning to release a new better movie. Yeah, I know they're in the process of doing one, but it's still not gonna be what I need it to be. I think it's still gonna be a very, like, gamey movement component. I know that at least they're doing, they're making it more modular so that you can write your own movement modes and put them in. But, you know, it's still going to be capsule-based and all that kind of stuff. At least I presume so. I feel like either way, I'm going to want a custom solution for this. You know, because, like, a lot of the game is about traversal. Like, it's about traversing the world and, like, physically interacting with it. Like the traversal is a game mechanic. It's not just a means to an end, you know? So I feel like it's going to need to be custom either way. I mean, if they release it and it's like, oh, I could like slot this in there somehow, then I might do that, but I don't really see the benefit because there'd be a lot of overhead for it anyway. Right, I'm gonna want to do a draw debug shapes first, and because this is all math based, so we want our fulcrum position. Do I want to do this as an array of fulcrum? Because I was thinking for quadrupedal characters, they'd have 2 sets of these. Like, they'd have 2 fulcrum points. 1 center of gravity. And 2 kind of... Do you know what I mean? And then a head. It's essentially like a... If any of you guys have seen, like, soft body physics videos, it's literally that. Like, it's essentially a soft body simulation, but for a character. Oh, where's the one that jelly car? Here we go. Except we don't have to deal with this kind of shit. We just imply it. I mean, I could give a separate collision. I could do 2 capsules or something. That's if it's overlap-based and not trace-based. I mean, I guess it would be overlap-based, because then we can just say the penetrate. Yeah. Yeah, chuck the link in there. I've seen it. I've seen it before, yeah. I mean, oh, you know what I could do? I could actually physically simulate the character for movement, which would have a lot of benefits. Proving interactions with physics simulator. Yeah. That's something that was really dodgy about the old system. Oh, what if I did do this using actual physics constraints? Because the physics simulation is pretty efficient. Especially for, like, simple colliding shapes and whatnot. Actually, that's a really interesting idea. Because then we could just say, yeah, like, we've got a capsule from the feet to the pelvis, and then a capsule from the pelvis to the head. And then we literally just move this constraint, and they try and maintain this form. That would be really interesting. Because that way we'd literally just be using apply force at location. Or, well, no, we'd be using constraints. But is that... then we have to deal with, like, friction and stuff. Because then it's, like, real friction. Because we're not sliding along the ground, we're stepping along the ground. So no, maybe I still do want to do it fully math-based. The benefit of doing it completely physically is that the physics objects interacting with our character would be a lot easier. But nah, I don't know. I feel like this... Yeah, nah, fuck it. We want to do it all code-based. If we have to do, like, you know, on overlap with the thing... Actually, that's something that I need to do here. Assign... No, what is it? Bind to on overlap. Collision, component get overlap, edge overlap. Yeah. Okay, can you get a hit event? Bind to component hit. Because we could set that to be a probe. So then it does... yeah, actually, that's probably what I'd do. Oh, do I have to do this in the event graph? Or can I... Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah. Oh. Blah, 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 blah. What's this called again? Capsule. Hit. Nice. And then you, in here, are going to create matching event? No. Fuck it. Create matching event. Good for you. There you go. Wait, what? How are you in a function? What the fuck is going on here? There we go. Okay. Thank God. How did I manage to get an event in a function? That's Hacker Man stuff. Just hacking. They call me Hacker Man. Alright, let's just do it for bipedal first. So we've got the input vector. We're going to have an array of not an array of previous positions. I guess we just say head, previous position, feet, previous position, pelvis, previous position, blah, blah, blah. So previous... I'll just call it feet, pelvis, head. We're not going to say fulcrum and that kind of shit. Previous pelvis position. Previous head position. So these are our 3 points. And then center of gravity is like an aggregate of all of them. Can you, like, fucking go there? Nice. And then if center of gravity exceeds balance, blah, 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 you know, then we ragdoll. So then we're just going to say head velocity, pelvis velocity, and feet velocity. Which feet velocity is like the character velocity. Like the capsule velocity, if that makes sense. That's like... yeah. Yeah. This is the character acceleration. I should probably do acceleration force and some product with the... what the fuck? Error D's nuts. What do you mean? No, what the fuck? Is that not gonna work? I'm just gonna have to bind it outside of the... you know what? Yeah, I'll just bind it outside. It's fine, it's fine. We can just do this. Get the damn capsule, bind. Hold on. Yes. There we go. We need to know the character height. Character height, which I guess we can just get at the start. By just getting the capsule. Scaled capsule half height. Yeah. Times 2. So that's like their true height. So then we know if the head is below that, then we know that they're crouching and blah, blah, blah. Previous head position, pelvis position, previous feet position. Do we need a current position variable? Yes. Well, do we need a previous? Because we can just say... Apply the velocity. No, because we're working from the ground up. We're not trying to... See, that's the thing with the Unreal character movement thing. You have to, like, manually figure out the acceleration at any given point by doing, you know, previous location, subtract current location, divide by delta time. That gives you the velocity. And then the velocity minus the previous frame's velocity gives you the acceleration and blah, blah, blah. But this one is the other way around. We know the acceleration because we are accelerating the character. Therefore, the velocity is the accumulated acceleration. And then the position is just the position plus velocity. So we don't need the previous positions because we're not trying to figure out the velocity. We know the velocity to begin with. That's kind of the whole fucking point. Okay. So in essence, we have the character height, we have the feet position. I should call it location, not position. And then debug shapes, we're just gonna get location, we're gonna get location, we're gonna get location. We're gonna draw, debug. Wait, does capsule goes from one to the other? So we could do... no, sorry, not capsule. I want cylinder. So we want draw, debug, sphere. We'll draw the bodies. Head location, radius is, I don't know, fucking 24. It can be, what? This is character colored, I guess. We could give it the velocities. Fuck it, they can just be colors. Duration 0, thickness, I don't know, 5. And then we just do that for each thing. Talking a couple of weeks about octrees in UE. We're playing around with UE's octree 2. I can safely say it's shit. Oh, thank God. Yeah, I was doing a quad tree. But it wasn't to query actors, it was to query like anything, like, you know, a list of integers or, you know, an array of actors or of objects that, you know, have assigned themselves to any grid square. And I figure Unreal's implementation would be pretty strict about what it is. I don't know. I've got no idea. Right, so this is called correct pose. This is our actual, like, this is our soft body collision thing. Also, debug shapes. I want to do cylinders from one to the other. Actually, let's do it like, yeah. Draw cylinder. Head to pelvis. Radius. Small. Line color. A different blue. Thickness. 5. And then from U to U. And that is our debug character. And as you work on this stuff today, I don't know, 10 to 12 usually. If you include like editing and filming videos and stuff. Which I'm going to be doing more of this year. Okay? More videos. More. I've got like actually like 8 videos that have been filmed. 7 days, take days off? Nah, I do 7 days off. I mean, I do... Whenever I can work, then I'll be working on stuff, you know? If I feel like taking a day off, then I just take a day off. If I feel like taking a week off, I just take a week off, you know? If I wake up and I'm like, I just can't be fucked, then... And I just want to stay in bed and watch, you know, GDC talks, then I'll just do that. Although I guess watching GDC talks is, like, productive, so that kind of doesn't count as taking time off, does it? Fuck. Okay, so that's our debug stuff. We probably want to set initial positions as well. Set initial positions. Or locations, sorry. I worry for you if you count watching GDC talks as time off. Oh, fuck. I mean, you've got a point. Get world location minus the... Oops. So let's say pelvis. Bam, bam, bam. Thought only I do that. Do you search what's new in UE uploads and then end in rat holes of GDC talks? Yeah, well, no, I intentionally just go on GDC site and then just look for something that's mildly interesting and then just absorb it. They call me Sponge Boy. They don't, but... Please refer to me from now on as Sponge Boy. This should be scaled half height. Minus gives us the feet. Nope, feet. Location. And then plus gives us the other one. What's the other one? The head. Oops, what the fuck was that? Oh, you can add pins. Yeah, true. Struth, brother. Bloody struth in it. Sponge me boy. We can change your channel name to Sponge Boy. Soon. So if I found a YouTube channel, I just sit in bed at night, sending UE videos via iPad to TV to watch my hive. Where's it? Shut that nerd shit off, please. Hell yeah. That's lit. All right, let's draw debug. Well, that should come last anyway. So we do all of this stuff. And then we draw the shapes. So if we do this... Yeah. Event, is this not ticking by default? It starts with tick enabled. Set to, I'm not setting the initial positions. Sorry, locations. I need to stop saying positions. It's locations. Location, location, location. Although some... Yeah, some things use position, obviously. But location is like the world location. So that should... Okay, there's our character right now. Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare, but pretty good. Let's also just do it smaller. Alright, so that's our character. Also, I can probably just hide the mesh for now. Can I hidden in-game? Hidden in-game, hell yeah. So we're just looking at this. This is now our character. Fucking marvelous. We probably want an arrow to know where our rotational doodad is. Trying to think, do we want to even fucking do rotational interpolation, or is that just dumb? Like, do we actually want to turn the top of the character, which then rotates the pelvis and the feet kind of thing? Because then they catch up to it. Because then you could do like, if you know, let's say like a bullet hits across a character, you could apply torque to the top of the character, which could like rotate them, like force their rotation, which then makes them walk sideways, which has a higher chance of falling over or something. That's kind of interesting. I think push force would do that if you add tip of the bolt. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know it. Remember that torque has a cross-product effect on angular momentum. Yeah. I might just do rotation as a... Just a... What's it called? Just a single point of rotation. Basically just pelvic rotation. Yeah. Oh, it would... Yeah. It's fine. Let's just do an arrow component. The big cock component. Big cocker. Very good. Arrow size, 6 inches. Oh, no, okay, maybe not. So now we should have... Wait, where is it? Oh, I want it to be not hidden in-game. There we go. What a perfect simulation of the bicycle wheel experiment in your game, Ghost Sponge Boy? The bicycle wheel experiment. What is that? What is it? Okay, there's our character. It looks so good. Look at that. Okay, now we just have to move. Let me just save this sweet NFT. There we go. Right, let's go back to our movie componenter. So, we have a correct pose. So the character should always try and stand upright. Or they should... Let's just call this balance. Balance yourself. Like, we essentially always want our center of gravity to be within our fulcrum. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you've got 2 feet, because there's like a... how do I explain it? If you've got 2 feet, then your center of gravity can be anywhere in between your 2 feet, right? Within like a sort of ellipse. For now, I think we'll just do... that's the thing, is that only if you're balanced. Yeah, exactly. Only if you're balanced. Trying to think how we should do this, because if we want to move forward, we tilt forward, and then our feet catch up, and that is our character's velocity, like animation velocity, right? So in order for that to work, our feet need to try and stay under our center of gravity. So we need a calculate center of gravity, which is literally just the average of each point, of all 3 points, right? If we presume that, like, yeah. So this is get center of gravy, which is literally just this, fuck, this, add, div 3. Oh, fuck. Divide by float. What do you mean? Fuck. Don't fucking... Oh my god. Where's the old... Math nodes. Is it in editor settings? Math. Operator. What the fuck is it called? Tools. Does anyone remember what the thing is to get the old math node style? I mean, I can just fucking do this. Yeah, fuck it. Or just divide by a single float. Or an integer. I don't fucking... Yeah, you know what? Divide by an integer. That would be totally cheaper, right? Math expression? Yeah, maybe. No, it's like... You know, like how in Unreal 4, you've got the, you know, vector, divide, float. But in Unreal 5, by default, you've got the just vector, divide. Or just fucking, just divide in general, and it's wildcards. But if I want to divide this by a float, I'd usually go divide F, and it would come up with vector divide float. There's a way to get them back, but I forget where it is. Math expression node. No. Let me see. You can bring back the UE4 math nodes by going to your editor preferences, blueprint editor settings, search for... Hold on. Search. Enable type promotion. Get fucked. There we go. All right, so now if I wanted to divide, I would say divide int. Hey, it's back. I wish you could do both. Like, you know, like type the default thing, but then like, you know, right click to change it to a float or whatever. Anyway, so there's our center of gravy. That's how it works. Well, no. Like you... For example, if I did this divide with the old one, it would always default to vector, but then I could change it to the other type. But usually I just want to divide by float, you know, divide the vector by blah, blah, blah. So it just saves a keystroke. But it would be nice if you could still do divide by float and then change it later. So you could have both systems running. So that you could still have the, you know, these doodads. I wonder if I favorite it, if it would show up even if type promotion was disabled. I don't know. Don't know, don't care. So that's our center of gravy. Bam, bam. I'm gonna add them to here. Add it to here. Set. Oh, no, I want to get. And make a sphere center of gravity. Also, I probably want to make these, like, smaller. So that we can actually kind of see what the fuck's going on. Should probably make these cylinders into lines. Nah, it's fine. Give him a fat radius. Yeah, any fat radii in chat. Don't answer that. Just remember to ignore literally everything that I say ever. So that's gonna be an 8. And then you're gonna be red. Or not blue. Yo, that's a fat radius, boom. That is a fat radius. Alright, there we go. So there's our center of gravity, right? In the average. Very good. Now. Well, with the center... I guess... it's good enough for now, fuck it. So... we would want... the feet... What is add input vector? Well, that's more like get input vector. I'm gonna call that get. Or set input vector? Yeah. Set input vector, because that's something else setting that at the moment anyway. And then we want an apply input vector, which is going to get the input vector, funnily enough. And it's going to get the acceleration force, multiply, oh you fuck, multiply float. Okay, this is a place that the wildcards would be nice. Although I'm pretty sure I can just, if I had done this, then I put that into there. No, okay, I'm wrong. So input vector blah 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 character acceleration force would then be trying to use my brain. We just say the head location plus the what's the thing called? No. We want to add to the head velocity. Head velocity plus the acceleration equals the new head velocity. Right? Then we need to apply velocities, which then gets the locations. Should probably go feet up. So then it's just head location plus head velocity equals... So wait, this is velocity in like units per second. So this needs get delta time. Fuck. Can I not just get... Oh no, delta world seconds. Yeah. Turns frame time adjusted by time dilation. Very good, very good. So then we want velocity multiplied by delta. Add that to the head location. Gives us new head location. Very good. This is like nerd shit right now. This is like actual physics. Like high school physics stuff, you know? Like proper nerd shit. Like nerd with glasses shit, you know? Hell yeah. How can I make this not look like trash? What if we do like a staggered kind of... I can vibe with that. Oh, and let's do it in a sequence. Yeah. Vibe check. I don't know what a vibe check is, by the way. I just say things. I just want to be cool. Please, tell me I'm cool. I beg, I beg. Oh, fuck off. There you go. Cool. Alright, yeet that into here. Very good. I could do this as a function that just takes in thingos, but like, you know, fuck it. Alright, replace with feet location. Replace with feet velocity. Where are you? Replace with. There we go. Pelvis. And pelvis velocity. Nice. Yeah, I kind of need to get up and like walk from a starting position. Like, what is it that you do? You know what? Let's see. The mechanics of walking. Five stages of walking? North right away, walking, please find heel strike, support, toe, off. No, fuck that. Biomechanic mechanism of walking. Stance phase, body initially makes contact with the ground, swing phase. The weight bearing leg swings. No, I want like the physics of walking. Not the mechanics. Yeah, it's falling forward, exactly. Ground exerts equal forward, which points in the opposite direction. This is the force. Force due to friction allows the person to move forward. Yeah, whatever. But I want to... using normal force and friction while leaning forward. Yeah, I don't care about the feet. I want the falling. Like, in order to lean forward, are we... Because you can use your feet. So I guess we can sort of just say, like, move the head forward. So apply head forward, but then also just pelvis forward half the amount. And then let the balance just take it from there. Because if we moved our feet first, we would just fall over backwards, you know? Huh? Why is that? Oh my god, okay. It's kind of annoying now. So we just do this, then we'll essentially get... It'll tilt us like this. Unless we want to do it so that the... Do you know what I mean? Do we want it so that the feet try and stay under the pelvis, or that the feet try and stay under the center of gravity? I think center of gravity makes more sense. Right? Yeah. And then we also have to do deceleration. So if we're not doing an input, we want to decelerate. Which means we want to get the head velocity. Well, actually, no, this would just be part of this. So we'd just say, if input vector... Oh, fuck. If input vector equals 0. Can I just do length squared? Is less than or... I don't know how the length could be negative, but... I guess just equal is fine. But then it kind of gets weird if we're moving in a direction and we, like, let's say we're using a controller and we slightly tilt back, then it's technically not 0. But we're still moving in that opposite direction, you know? So we'd still want to brake. Or, like, apply braking. Does that make sense? You know what? Fuck controller. Who fucking needs controllers anyway? Controllers are shit. So let's just do equal to... Fuck off. Equal... What is that? Why did... Why... Ugh. Makes me want to vomit. Alright, let's just say equals 0. What the fuck? Oh, shit. Alright, if we're doing this, then we want to brake, which means we want to... Oop, not that. You go in there. And you are going to just hang out down here now. Which means you are also going to hang out down here. You can just chill out over there. Yeah, nice one. So then, if true, what do we do? Hooroo, hooroo. You can just chill out over there. If true, we want to get our head velocity and apply negative acceleration, but by some factor of the velocity, like the length of the velocity. Because we obviously just don't want to do it, you know. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't want to, if we let go, to just do that fully. Well, we do, but then as we slow down, we don't want to be leaning over backwards because we just get caught in a loop. Although maybe that loop would be fine. Like, we essentially want to do like a friction or like a air resistance force. Which just means we want to scale the velocity down, right? Like, we can just get velocity... No, we'd want to do acceleration by some factor of the velocity's length. Well, we know our max acceleration force. Base support versus point contact. Oh, right. Yeah. I get you. Yeah. The hard thing is that I'm doing it just based on, like, as though the feet are like 1 point, which is kind of not really how it works, but we don't want to, we don't want the animation to affect the stuff, you know. Yeah, I mean, if we do this and I move, am I not applying? Right, let's just see if these are firing first. Maybe I don't actually have input. Okay, no, they are. That's just getting that. Current movement input on tick. Is this ticking? Yes. Set input vector, blah, blah, blah. Print the fella. Bam. Has movement system different from something like ALS? Well, ALS isn't a movement system. It's an animation system. So it just uses the default Unreal movement, but it animates it, you know, so it doesn't look like shit. This is a movement system. Right, I set the acceleration to 0. Let's just say acceleration is like 10. Also, how do we limit... how do we tell it to stop accelerating once it's like coasting, you know? Because this is just going to keep accelerating like forever, right? Also, this has no friction, so it's like if I let go, it's just going to do this. Pog. So essentially what we want to do is character leans this way, feet catch up to the character. And that's how our movement is going to work. It's not going to be feet first. Feet are a product of catching or balancing. And then as our feet catch up to it... Yeah. Well, actually, no, it should self-correct, because the feet are just going to go towards it, but it's going to go back to the... Alright, let's just do balance yourself. Okay, how's this gonna fucking work? So everything wants to be... Trying to think. It's just the head and the feet that want to be over the center of gravity, right? Using physics? It's using physical, like, what do you call it? Like, theories, but it's not actually using the physics engine. Segway simulator. I mean, literally, yes, kind of. Like, this is actually how a Segway works. Yeah. And, like, if you push a Segway too far forward, then you'll eat shit. So, I mean, yeah, like, this actually is, like, Segway simulator. Yeah, very interesting. So in order to balance... Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. I missed all the redeems. I apologize. So in order to balance, we need the center of gravy. We want to get its XY. Well, actually, we can just do... Split that. Because, yeah, then we essentially want to add acceleration to the velocities, right? Fuck, I wish I'd done this as, like, an array. Like, 3 velocities and 3 locations. But then it gets kind of weird, because a quadruped doesn't have... Quadruped has 2 pelvises, kind of. I mean, like, it has 1 pelvis, but, like... Do you know what I mean? It's got a back pelvis and a front pelvis in terms of, like, the way that the physics works. Well, actually, no, a quadruped moves a lot differently. Because they can push off with their back legs. Whereas if we, like, they can push off with their back legs first. They don't have to lean forward to start momentuming. That's why, like, when a horse takes off, like, suddenly it'll kind of rear up because it pushes off with its back legs first. So that's kind of like a whole fucking thing. I don't even want to think about it. Because since I have 2... Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Don't get me started. Jesus Christ. Jesus Craft. Jesus Mind, Jesus Craft. So these essentially need a target location, right? And then we want to lerp, or not lerp them, but we want to apply acceleration to help them reach their target location. So I guess that's 3 more variables. Fuck off. Let's just promote a variable. So we'll just say head target location. And dupe that. Pelvis target location. I'm not even sure we need the pelvis. Although, no, I guess when it comes to, like, side-to-side balance, the pelvis is kind of important. And I guess... But is that more an animation thing than a... Because, like, we can only control the intended balance, you know what I mean? Like, the pelvis isn't actually... Do you know what I mean? I feel like tracking the pelvis is kind of... not super relevant. Trying to understand the root verse capsule movement you talked about earlier. Standard Unreal Mannequin character uses capsule movement, right? Then some does change it that the run animation actually moves the character. Yeah. So yeah, capsule movement is the capsule moves, and then the animations take in the velocity and the acceleration and the direction in order to look like the animation is matching what the capsule's doing. But then you can also make the animations move the capsule. Which is like, you know, it's like A, therefore B, or B, therefore A. So like an example would be like, you know, Call of Duty is like capsule movement. But then something like Grand Theft Auto is root motion. And that's why it can feel super clunky. So usually it's like... root motion looks more realistic, but it feels less responsive. But then capsule movement is more responsive, but doesn't technically look as realistic. ALS is capsule, right? Even though it's super sluggy. Yeah. So ALS is like intentionally like, it's capsule movement, but it's like what I do with my character movement. Like, it still uses a very low acceleration value in the capsule movement. So, like, if I start moving, you know, it takes a while to speed up and then slow down. But if I had set the I wonder if I can just do it in here. Character movement. Where is it? Character. Oh, it's a component. Movement. Movement. Acceleration. That's the manager, not the component. So that's the other thing, is that I have to have a movement speed manager that then sets the variables and shit in there. It's just it's a fucking nightmare. So max acceleration, I think the default is like fucking 2K or something. Yeah, so this is like... Well, hold on. Let's put the braking acceleration to... What's its default? I think it's 1K. So this is like Call of Duty movement, you know? Where it's like extremely fast, if not instantaneous, you know, character movement. Which, you know, feels really responsive and whatever, but it kind of looks dumb as fuck. And, like, there's no weight to the character. It's like, oh, I can go back and forth really fast. Whereas what I like is for it to be not necessarily sluggish, but to feel, you know, to feel good. Feel good. Especially if you want things like, you know, the amount of stuff a character is carrying to affect their acceleration or something, you know. Not just their movement speed, but their actual, like, ability to move and turn around and all that kind of stuff. What's the famous game that uses root motion? Most AAA games use root motion. So, like, Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, The Last of Us, Assassin's Creed are all root motion. Like root motion, locomotion. Like, obviously, like, my attack animations are root motion. So, it's the animation determining where the character moves. So, capsule locomotion, root motion, you know, animations and stuff. That's a very big mace. Boing! Big schwinger. Off it goes. Oh, there we go. Oh, wrong pocket. Ugh. Alright, what were we doing? Right, we want to do... Thingo. This is... Let's just call this... Get... Oh, set... Target... Locations. So we have center of gravity XY. We have the... What rule physics plane your component will use physics to keep the character on the ground? So it's not actually using any, like, physics. But it's to do with... I mean, this is just like the general kind of movement stuff, but it's, there's like an extra step involved, which is that we do it based on, you know, physical principles. It's mainly for kind of interaction with the world. So, like, at the moment, trying to think how I could... I won't set up an example, but if I get paint open, if I have like a character on a platform, and that platform suddenly moves this way, or, you know, they're standing on a barrel or a crate, and then that crate gets knocked sideways, the entire character just moves with it, right? Like that. But the way that I want it to look and react is that the character, the feet kind of stay anchored, unless there's like, unless it's made of ice, in which case the feet will slide. But basically the feet will go forward, but the pelvis and the head have inertia, so they will, you know, try and... they'll trail behind. But... yeah, and so then the feet will try and match the center of gravity. So it will be like this, right? And then the feet will try and match the center of gravity. And so the character will end up moving backwards on the platform as the platform takes off in that direction. And then also with up and down movement as well. Because the, you know, the points will be tracked separately as the platform moves up. The feet get pushed immediately, but the pelvis and the head kind of lag behind based on, you know, the characters, whatever the values are. You know, their squish recovery strength. If the platform had a really slow acceleration, then the character wouldn't move backwards at all because they'd be able to compensate for it. Or if it moved really suddenly, but you, as the player, leaned the character forwards to counteract it, then, you know, you wouldn't get yeeted off it and whatnot. Wondering how you implement gravity, basically. It will just be... soft... yeah, I'd probably apply it on all three bodies independently. So this is set target... yeah, local locations. And then when we do apply velocities... no, we want to... where's calculate velocities? I'm fucking lost. What am I doing here? Getting velocity... da-da-da-da-da. Oh, we're applying input vector. So yeah, so yeah, we just add gravity to the acceleration each frame. But then that would get counteracted by essentially like a soft body physics. You know, the character would try and maintain its position. And yeah, the feet will snap up to whatever, like, the trace hits. Yeah, so yeah, that's the only thing that I'm using in Unreal is the... the thing. Yeah, the traces, yeah. Yeah. And it'll be represented by a collision capsule that physics objects can, you know, hit and apply impulses to. And it can apply impulses to physics objects. But... Hello, girl. But that will be, like, resultant from the points, you know? What do you want? So it's basically character movement, but with one extra step. Which is that we track multiple points. And they self-correct. But then, yeah, then if we move one of the points, the others will self-correct. Has it consider replication as well? Well, not really. It would only have to replicate the character location, and then I can just use smooth sync to do the replication. You're a good girl. And then obviously, like, the states would need to be thingamajigged, replicated, like, you know, switch from walking to swimming state and whatnot. And then everything else can just be client-side done. Like, in terms of the leaning. Because the client would just need to know what their input is, and the rest can be guessed. Or just, you know, done client-side. Are you a good girl? Are you a big fat girl? You're a good cat. Want to start the plugin? Yeah. I mean, I can do just some basic replication. That's like toggleable. Like, literally just replicate variable. Click the replicate button. What's that there, chicken? What is it? You got a little lump. A little scab. Did you get it? You're just itchy. Little pimple. Love a good skitcher. Don't ya? Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. You can go 3 days without chat. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, you mean the cat. The cat has a lump. No, it's not like a lump. It's not a bad lump. It's a little pimply thing. Little pimple, little cat pimple. And it's not actually a pimple, it's just a scab. What you doing? Did you finish the plugin? Yes, but I still haven't released it because I've been busy, you know. Don't worry, on the Scout Ranger will take care of it for free. Yeah. That's right. Lost my dog to a lump. Damn. God damn. Yeah, lumps are the worst. I think one of our cats had a lump. Or it had like... It had something wrong with it. I think it was like its kidneys or something. I can't remember. He was an old boy. That was like 10 years ago. But yeah, the plugin's usable. I just have to edit all of the documentation video. You know how it is. It's like the plugin's finished, but I gotta do all the bullshit stuff. But now I'm working on another plugin. Oh, it's just plugin after plugin. Everything's a plugin. Is there something specific I was wondering about? Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Shoot for the hills. No, shoot for the... Reach for the sky. What time is it? It's 12:30. When Sov starts streaming? I kind of just want to chill. I want to eat heaps of food. I want to play Red Dead. Yeah, so this seems super roundabout, but like I swear it will actually make sense once it all comes together. You know, you gotta trust. You gotta trust me. Like simulating the balance of a character is gonna be funny as fuck. Like actually really funny. Like people will be making montages of characters tripping over fences and bashing their head on a signpost and that kind of stuff. Jones, what does it recade this in UE? If so, any idea? Been doing some... Let me have a look. Let me have a look. Yes. Yes, you could do it in Unreal pretty easy. What is that? What are they? Like style-wise, yeah. Not Octodad levels of... No, nothing like that. Yeah, it would be quite simple to do in Unreal. It just looks like a quad. Oh, I guess trying to think how the shadows are done. Oh, no, the shadows would be easy. So, so everything looks like it's quad offset rather than edge detection, which makes it easier. So the shadows have an outline. I would... Ooh, actually, it's... trying to think how the outline of the shadows doesn't overlap with the other stuff. Oh, no, I guess you could just max that outline. No, but then how would you get it? You'd have to do, like, fucking depth shit. Well... It's an interesting one. Maybe shadow static. Well, no, because they're moving around. Like, they're definitely projected shadows. The only thing that I would have to kind of experiment with is the way that the outline of the shadow doesn't intersect with the doodad. Unless it's just all stenciled, but, you know. Everything else looks very doable. So yeah, so the gist of it is you need edge detection of some sort. So usually you do that by getting... You can do it with depth or with normals. So if you get the depth buffer and you sample it 4 times, so 1 up, 1 down, 1 side, 1 to the other side, and then you get the average of them, so add them all together, divided by 4, and then subtract the original one, the center one, and then get the absolute value, and you'll get an edge. Basically, wherever the... It essentially says what is the difference between this pixel and the surrounding pixels. And so if you've got a tree or a cat that is far away from the ground in terms of depth, then you get an outline, right? Now, you can do the same thing with normals. Get the difference in normals, which will get you things like the inside edges here. Although it looks like here, they're all actually, like, just textured that way. Because you've got, like, little bits. But you still get... Oh, what was that? How did that tree just come into view? So they're definitely textured this way. They'd probably do texturing with the solid lines and then the edge outline. Actually, yeah, it could just be a depth outline. And all of the internal lines are drawn into the texture. And then the shading is just a 2-tone shading, which you could do either in the material itself or in the post-process pretty easily. And then I'd say that because the shadows are 100% dark, doing the shadow outlines is just a matter of getting the final post-process input 1, or 0, sorry, post-process input 0, clipping all of the, things that are pure 0 or pure black, and then doing an edge, getting an edge mask of that, and that's how they get the kind of colored outlines around just the shadows. But I'm not sure how they avoid shadows clipping into geometry. Oh, wait, no, I do know how. It's... like... Okay, so everything is stenciled. So you can see that these aren't receiving shadows, right? So they're actually explicitly stenciled. And then the shadows get masked out. So yeah, this should be casting shadows onto this piece of geometry. But they're forcing this piece of geometry to appear in front of the shadows by using a stencil mask. Which I don't like. I think it looks kind of weird. I mean, I get it for, like, visual clarity, but yeah. So shadows aren't being cast onto any of the onto any of the scenery. Like, oh yeah, like, it's not casting the cast shadow onto itself, you know? So everything gets drawn to the custom depth stencil. And then just gets drawn in front of the cast shadows. And so these are all unlit using just, you know, vertex shading that's contrasted with just 2 colors. Yeah, no, yeah. They're all... I'd say the... this is all done in the material here. Oh, unless they're just... No, I guess they're just... They could color it in post-process. Because it's global, isn't it? It looks like it's global. Yeah, like, yeah. Literally that. So it is post-process. So they're just saying... Shadow color, shadow edge color, default color, shadow color. And that's just 4 luminosity bands. Oh, and the outline. Although, how do they color the... Which one's for the outline color? Dunno. Anyway, that's how I do it, at least. So it's just an edge detection outline, an edge detection outline for just the super, super dark shadows. Everything doesn't receive the shadows because they are unlit and they are stenciled to be on top. Yeah. Little bits could be GO2 just planes. Oh, you mean like the little bricky bits? Yeah, I'm not sure because they would have to have a difference in depth or normals to actually get picked up. So I'd say that they are what's it called? I'd say that they're textured in. But then they can change the color of them based on a global variable or something. So, you know, you could use like a material parameter collection and simultaneously change the color of everything's like texture color and also the post-processor's outline color. Nice. Why do you need stencil? So that the outline effect, like the edge detection of the shadows, doesn't appear on top of the geometry and stuff. So usually you would get one of the purple lines here, but you don't see that because this is forced to be on top. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool looking thing. It's the same as that, what is it called? Sable? That did... It's similar kind of thing. Similar style. Where, like, the shadows have an outline. And everything's just, yeah, flat colored. Vertex shading, blah, blah, blah. animations at different frame rate to the game. Looks good. Looks good. Yeah, so the shadows have an edge detection. Which this is, the whole edge detection post-process is just a contrast detection. So it's getting the difference between the luminosity of the scene, as well as obviously the distance. So difference in distance and probably distance in normals. Sorry, difference in normals. So they're like the 3 edge detection methods basically that you'll be using. And then you just sum them all together. And you can choose like to give them different thicknesses. So you could give the depth ones, make them extra thick. And then the other one's thinner. So yeah, so you'd end up with like around the character, you could have a thicker line, but then all of the individual details could be thinner. But then, like, a lot of them would be drawn in, most likely. Like, those little detail ones are probably drawn in. Or maybe they're just, I don't know. How they detect that the player's in shadow if it's all stencil? Do you mean in this one? In this game? Because it looks like it's all post-process done. Let's see. Go back. Oh, you mean for the gameplay side of it, like this? Yeah, it'd just be a line trace from. So it's not actually doing any GPU reading. It's literally just trace from the character position to the sun's position. If it hits anything that is casting shadows, then we know that we're in shadow. And then it could do some, like, you know, some snapping correction. So it could be like, oh, if I'm moving in this direction, but that would take me out of the shadow, I'm going to do a few more traces to see where I should move so that I would still be in shadow, but kind of in that direction. That's something like a lot of people, they always think of reading from the GPU first instead of just doing like coincidental stuff from the CPU. Like, it's the same with like buoyancy systems and, you know, things like stealth detection systems where it's like, oh, how can we see if this character is like in shadows or not? Oh, we could use like a scene capture every frame and get like the average luminosity and then get the CPU to read every pixel of that texture and sum them all together, and that's like the brightness. It's like, what the fuck? Like, bruh. Just do like some line traces from the character to the nearby lights and just see if the lights hit them or not. It's like, it's easy as that, you know? Because like in Unreal, you've got, you know, the lights have a fall-off distance, they have a luminosity, they have a location. If they're a directional light, they have a direction. So, like, all the data's there. You just gotta fucking do a trace from it to you to see if it would actually... to see if it would be casting light. And it's the same with, like, buoyancy systems. You can just run the... You know, let's say you're doing like a sum of sines waves for your like world position offset for your water shader. instead of trying to get all that data from the GPU back to the CPU, you can literally just run the same sum of signs calculation on the CPU for that character, so that if I was at this position, where would the water height be if it was doing this thing? And obviously you don't have to run all of the tiny little sine waves if you don't want. You could just have the first few, like, bigger ones to do a buoyancy system. So, yeah. A lot of stuff you can do on the CPU, and it's, like, implied that it matches up with the GPU, but there's no actual passing of knowledge from one to the other. It could also be... oh, no, because the time of day is changing. Yeah, so none of it's baked. It's all just in real time. I mean, it could... I don't know. It could be doing... some sort of GPU callback, but... I wouldn't. That shit takes fucking ages. I'm trying to see if when you're in the tree's shadow, if it's like super specific or if it's just a general shape from simple collisions. Don't know. What's it made in? Is it in Unreal or Unity or Unity? Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Unity, Unreal, same thing. GPU callback is even possible. Yeah, you can access the buffers or render targets on the CPU. It just takes like 50 milliseconds to do. Although you can always defer it, so you can get the previous frames values. I don't know if... It might do that by default in Unreal when you try and do... Get render target pixel. So I can be like, oh, let's get the water render target. Prismatica water render target at whatever the pixel location would be for that thing. And then return, you know, the linear color. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's not linear color. Incredibly inefficient and... Oh, here we go. Incredibly inefficient and slow operation. Read a value as sRGB color from render target using integer pixel coordinates. LDR render targets are assumed to be in sRGB space. HDR ones are assumed to be in linear space. Result is 8-bit per channel. Blah, 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 blah. There you go. It even says that it sucks ass. Raw pixel? Pixel area. Oh, God. It gets all of them. Oh, fuck. That's fucked up. Yeah, I don't know. You know it's bad when the node says it's inefficient? Yeah, exactly. For the Shadows of Library of YouTube VOD time sensor, which Charlie explains various topics for easy reference. Oh, hell yeah. That's good. That's good. I appreciate that. You could also, I mean, if you're keeping track of it already, you could comment it in the VOD of on the YouTube, you know? So then people could... Well, it would act... I don't know. What I want is a video clips in which Charlie says some very questionable things. Yeah, same. Same. When have I ever said anything questionable? That wasn't followed up by, nah, JK, JK. Just kidding, just kidding. It's just a joke, bro. Just joking. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just a joke, bro. Yeah, exactly. In Minecraft. What's wrong? You're a good girl. You're a good girl. You're very fat, but good. You're as good as you are fat. And you're hella fucking fat, cat. You're so fat. You're so fucking fat. Such a big fat fuck. What? What? Give me a big fat tummy. Let me in. Let me in! Huh? What? Tummy? Give me tum tum. Tummy. Give me a tum. Give me a tummy. Give me a tummy. I never released that on Interaction Blogging. Whenever I upload it, it's done. It's done. Trust me, bro. It's done. I just have to do documentation for it so that people know, like, what the hell's going on with it, you know? Give me a tummy. No, you don't want to roll over. You good? You good? Big smoocher. You big smoochy butcher? Smoocher kombucha? Oh, shit. Should submit to Marketplace, it won't set it to live till you click a button so you release video on Marketplace at the same time. True. But wouldn't I have to submit it with documentation? Is that a Sims language? No, that's cat language. Cat, what are you doing? No, what are you doing? The rest of the documentation, don't like that. Well, the documentation would all be in videos. With maybe like a transcription for the... I don't like written stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. Figure it out on fire, just throw it out. Well, yeah, I mean, like, it'll be on Gumroad before it's on Marketplace. As like a, you know, early... You know, you can buy it early from Gumroad, and obviously you get all the updates and stuff along with it, like whenever they come out. And Gumroad also has like a pay, like you can like donate on top of buying it, which I think some people would be interested in. So it's like, oh, it's $29.99, but like, you know, I think it's worth $29.99.9. What's wrong? Oh, now my face is all cat greasy. You know, like cat grease? Do you know what I'm talking about when I say cat grease? Like when you... Grease. My grease. Right, should have seen Boy Cat before. I'll show you guys a video Boycat being a little grease ball. Can you see that? Oh, it's too fucking bright. Can I turn my brightness down? I can. Okay, hold on. Can you see that? Oh, it's not in focus. Oh, but the... Oh, fuck. Anyway, that's like my face, and that's Boycat, like, just smooching. Because, Boycat is terrified of thunderstorms, and there was, like, a tropical flood before. So I was laying on the couch, because I ended the earlier stream, because, you know, I didn't want to risk power surges and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I was just laying down on the couch, just watching YouTube and shit. And he comes up and he just sits on my chest and he's like cuddling in and like I'd squish him, you know, squash him down. And he just starts fucking greasing me up. And I just felt disgusting. I'm glad I've got this face wash. Where are you based? Victoria. Like, rural Victoria. So it's not a tropical region at all, but it's like very hot and humid at the moment. And it like flooded. Like my house flooded earlier. I mean, like the house was leaking. My driveway flooded. And all of our paths flooded. Our floors were fine. But yeah, lots of rain. Lots of heavy rain. It was like, you know that level in Left 4 Dead 2? It was like that. It reminded me of how brutal rain can be, you know? You know when, you know when it's like raining really heavy and you're in the city and, you know, everyone's got their umbrellas and they're like running to get inside and shit. That's nothing, you know? Like rain can be fucked up. Like you can... Like when the rain is so thick that like you can't breathe without breathing in water. Like... That's rain. That's when it's raining. I know when it's raining. I'm British. True. Does like... Is it like heavy rain? In England? In the England? Or is it just constant rain? Sydney's been stinging hot. Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty hot here. I don't know. It hasn't been that hot. I mean, it has the past few days. But on Christmas Day, it like it rained like it did earlier, but for like 24 hours straight. And somehow a house in the nearest town burned down in the middle of that fucking rainstorm. And it's like, bruh, how hard were you trying to burn your own house down if, like, that rain didn't put it out? I know that's not how, like, house fires work. Like, obviously, if the fire's inside, then it's gonna get hot and fiery and shit, you know? I'm pretty sure a house fire would, like, evaporate the rain before it even, like, you know, could put it out. Like, it was burnt to the ground in the middle of that rainstorm. I don't know. It's sus. It's very sus. Rest in peace, random person's house in the next town over. Did you tell them that? Yeah, I did. I sent them a letter because their mailbox survived. Found a squirrel dead frozen in a tree this morning here in the States. Lol, JK. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. America sounds kind of wild. Hmm. Hmm. What's wrong, big girl? Sit. Come sit. Quick. Hey, come here. Hello. Mm-hmm. Aren't you a big fat girl? What is that? You gonna let me have a look? Let me look. Where's my head torch? Sorry, just looking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a bite mark. Boycat's been getting too rough when you guys play, huh? Too rough, too rough. Hmm? Aren't you good? -12 in Canada, be mindful of what you wish for. Is that, -12 Celsius? Or Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit makes no sense. Like, I've heard, like... Some people say that, like, Fahrenheit makes sense from, like, a human comfortability perspective, you know? Like, 0 is... It's cold, and 100 is, like, it's hot, you know? Like, it's like, it's hot. Like, what do you mean it's hot? Like, is it boiling point of water hot? Or is it, like, comfortable? What is comfortably hot, you know? Can you use a... Okay, thank fuck. Thank God. Well, I mean, no, that's really cold. -12 is really cold, but thank God it's Celsius, you know? 0 to 100 is where humans can habitate, is what I heard. Maybe? I mean, it kind of makes sense, but like... I don't know. Can you use also... Yeah, I can remember... I remember hearing that they have like a weird mishmash of like every measurement system. I'm pretty sure Australia is like has just the best measurements, you know? Like everything is meters, liters, fucking... That's it. Meters and liters. Oh, kilos. Kilograms. Or grams. Same goes for EU. Yeah, well, some EU countries use pounds. And stones and shit. Or is that just England? British. Grams is metric, they use pounds. Okay, yeah. We use grams. Yeah, gotcha. Which is not in the E. That is true. That is true. Well, there you go. The EU and Australia leading by example. Such progressive nations. I've been getting recommended so many YouTube shorts lately, and I just hate them. I just wish I could disable shorts. Like, bruh, if you ain't 6 foot, don't even talk to me, you know? I mean, sorry, if you ain't 60 seconds long, I don't want you in my recommended feed. What? What? Why are you so grumpy? What? Just tell me what you want. Right, you either want food, you want to go outside, or you want milk. Or you just want me to fucking give you attention. You just want attention. Eh? Which one? 1, 2, or 3? 1? 2? 1. 2? Or 3? It's none of those? Yeah, it's never any of those. Fucking cats. Jesus Christ. What do you want, laddie? Do you want to go outside? You need a pee. Yeah? Outside? You going outside? Yes? Alright, yes. Okay. Alright, I gotta let this cat outside. I might wrap it up. I feel like I'm not gonna get any further on this movement-y boy. Movement system. I need to, like, just figure out the flow, you know? But, what? Yes, we're gonna hang out! We're gonna eat some food. I'm gonna cook some food, because I'm hungry as fuck. I might just eat raw sugar, just to get some energy. I'm just it's a joke. It's just a joke. Just a joke. Alright, fuck, I've got cat hair all over me. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I hope you learned something. This is as far as we got. Wow, look at that. Amazing. Oh my god. Incredible, incredible. Look at that movement system. Holy shit. Amazing. Amaze balls, as they would say. Yeah, it's got some way to go. But yeah. Sweet crunchy sugar, that's right. This is called the Platforms NFT. Yeah. I'll probably do another couple of sessions on that movement system, just dicking with it and just see what kind of happens, but I'm not gonna like commit to it fully. Because obviously the existing movement system works for now, you know. So that'll probably just be something I do in the background every now and then when I get bored or disinterested in life. So thanks everyone for hanging out. Let's see, is there anyone to raid? We could raid Kebab. I wonder if he is streaming for much longer. I know he's been doing some cool shit. Yes, I know. Yes, we're gonna wrap up. All right, let's raid Kebab. Kebab develops in Godot at the moment. So everyone stick around. Make sure you check out what he's doing. And with that, we say goodbye. Goodbye. You say goodbye? Yeah, say goodbye. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Goodbye. Oh, that's a cat butt. Goodbye. Goodbye. You're good. Oh, no butt. No butt. Thank you. Alright, did that raid go through? I think it did. Yes, it did. Okay, now I can stop streaming.